Yep, copy. 30 seconds. Yeah. For you? No. 15 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Good evening and welcome to the 874th meeting of the City of Laurel Historic District Commission. The qualifications of the members of the commission, the staff to the commission, and any consultants used are on file with the city and are hereby made a part of each and every application heard today. The guidelines and procedures adopted by the commission are also made a part of each and every application. Each application heard today is considered on its own merits and is not to be considered as establishing a precedent for any other application. Would you call the roll, please? I'm sorry, Sydney.
You're fine. Councilmember Cole.
Here.
Ms. McSinney.
Here.
Ms. Snyder.
Here.
Ms. Frazier.
Here.
Ms. Les.
Here.
Ms. Steineke.
Here.
Mr. De La Fuente.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Item number 2, approval of the minutes for the regular HDC meeting held September 17th. Are there any questions, comments?
I have a question. I
Okay.
noticed that the application by county manager was tabled.
Yes.
When does that have to come back?
So it's supposed to come back the following meeting, which will be today, and because it hasn't, his application is no longer valid, so we have to resubmit an application.
I'm sorry, Sydney, which address was this for?
357 Main Street. Yeah.
Okay, oh, yes.
Madam Chairwoman, I move that we approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion to approve the minutes in a second. Would you call the roll, please, Sydney?
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Ms. McStaney,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Frazier,
Yes.
Ms. Steineke,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 3, HDC 2025-0021 for 358 Main Street, submitted by Pablo. Excuse me. Naupari. Did I pronounce that correctly? Is he here? The applicant is seeking approval to install a sign. Would staff like to present their report?
Yes. Good evening, Madam Chair and Commission members. My name is Justin Thornton with the Department of Economic and Community Development. The applicant is seeking Historical District Commission approval for a sign for a storefront. The lettering will be green with the phone number and a symbol included. There will be lights that will light up the lettering at night. The sign will be 24 inches tall and 72 inches long. That will be a total of 12 square feet. And this concludes my report, and there will be questions we can have questions if there is any.
Is there a
Could you
picture?
scroll down to page 15. Page 15. One more. Any questions or comments?
I like the sign better with the hanger. Yeah. Better without the hanger.
Oh,
Without
that.
that, I'll-
Hanger.
Well, we don't really have a say in that. And is the applicant here?
No, not.
Okay.
No.
Could I hear a motion?
I'd like to move that we approve HDC 2025-0021 for 358 Main Street sign.
And a second?
A second.
Okay. Sydney, we have a motion to approve in a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Frazier,
Yes.
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. McStaney,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Ms. Steineke,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 4, HDC 2025-0028 for 610 French Shore Street, submitted by Albert Kleine. Seeking approval to remove or replace a shed. Would staff like to present?
Yes, good evening, commission members. Once again, I will be presenting on behalf of planner Taylor Harvey. The applicant is seeking HDC approval to demolish a current shed and install one shed in the rear of the property. The proposed shed siding will be white in color. The shed will be 14 by 20 feet in size and 11 feet and 6 inches tall. The proposed shed will be located on the right side of the rear of the property. The proposed shed will occupy a total of 8% of the rear coverage and will be 3 feet from the side of the property line. And the property will maintain at least 65% net lot green area. And I believe, I don't know if the applicants are here, but oh yes, we can take questions.
Okay. Do you have any, thank you for coming to the meeting.
Yeah,
We
of
really
course.
appreciate it. So is there anything you'd like to add?
Not particularly.
Okay.
If anybody has any questions.
Oh, so I have a question.
Yeah,
So is this for your woodworking?
yes,
Okay.
of course.
Good.
Yeah. It's gonna be completely insulated and it's gonna have nice electric and everything.
Okay.
And, hopefully climate. That's,
Oh, yes.
because I don't have climate control now. And, that makes things really fun
Yes.
in the middle of the project.
Right.
So, yes, that's what this is.
Are there any other questions? Comment?
It's there.
Shed you're taking down, the original.
It's the one that's been there since I purchased the property back in 2015. It's not nice.
Is it metal?
It's cinder block.
Oh,
It's block and it's built very poorly, and whoever built it did not do it properly. I'll be happy to see it go.
Okay. Could I hear a motion?
Saying I'm ready to approve the HDC 2025-0028 for 610.
A second.
Okay. Sydney, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. McSaney,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Frazier,
yes.
Ms. Steineke,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente.
Yes.
Motion carries.
You. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Item number 7, HDC 2025-0030 for 600 Montgomery Street, submitted by Lamb Boom. They're seeking to add a porch. Take it away.
Good evening, Chair and board members. I'm also presenting for Planner Taylor Harvey. The applicant is seeking approval to install a porch at the front of their property. The applicant is proposing to install a porch that will be 8 feet wide by 20 feet long. The porch will be elevated 4 feet above the ground's elevation. Thank you. Sorry. The proposed porch and deck will be ultra pure white in color, made pressure treated wood in material. The porch roof will sit at 8 feet above the deck's ground.
We go back to the picture. So is the porch going to be at the same height as the current tower, the step there? Or is it going to be lower or?
I don't know if the applicant is here, but according to this, it is going to be 4 feet above the ground. I'm not sure what the current height is, but I just know it'll be 4 feet above the ground.
We have a drawing.
Yes.
We don't have a drawing of. Of it with the
Yeah.
existing porch.
So it looks like it's gonna go across the front of the house underneath the existing windows.
Yes, I believe so.
And then the roof will be primarily a flat roof?
I Lisa, I'm not sure, but it does look like it will be a flat.
There's a bit of an angle if you go to page 42.
Come back down some.
You zoom out.
May go up.
No. I was just wondering how much distance it is from the porch to the fence. I couldn't tell. We were going so fast past the drawing.
I think where it says fence, it should say railing.
Mhm.
It's not fence.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, okay, okay, so it's going around the side of the house also?
No, I think it's just going to the side
To
of
the
the house.
ends. So if we scroll down to 42 and then flip it around.
In the corner.
Scanned weird.
Nowhere.
There we go. All right, that makes it easier.
Even with the corner.
So it's a hole from
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah.
It doesn't go around.
No,
And the shingles,
4 feet off the ground.
Yes.
Well, I'm suggesting they close in that 4 feet they have decorative, I forget what that's called.
like lattice.
Lattice, yeah,
They did mention that on one of their drawings, but probably we should put it in the approval.
yeah.
and the shingles will match the house
I
on the roof.
I believe so. I'm not totally sure, but I think that's something that we could put in the approval.
Any other questions?
A shingles or a membrane on that flat roof?
It's not perfectly flat, but it says shingles.
Okay, good.
I just have a question, where are going to be the actual steps that the house has at the front?
They're not moving.
Okay, so on this picture, is that, like, are those steps in front of it?
They're to the right. So this is the side of the house on 6th Street.
Is there a picture of the front, a drawing like this?
There's not a,
It's no drawing.
Sure.
there is a plat.
But I mean,
We'll
with
take that.
There's
the,
not an illustration with the whole house. So those stairs are not moving.
So the stairs are moving. It's just, yeah.
Okay, so
It's a good-
What happens
That's
to
a good
the,
question. What happens to the meters on the front of the house?
That is a great question
Yeah.
that we can.
I don't think the meters will move. I think they just want to slab across to even out with the existing. And that meter probably stay, but that's something that.
but it's
Yeah,
hard to
yeah,
tell
yeah.
based on that photograph. It looks like it would just cut right through those meters.
so is the wall of the porch, right, the little porch right there, is that coming off and then the new porch comes straight across?
That's how it seems, but if you want clarity, we can get clarity if you're not sure. Because I mean, the assumption where you go level it off as existing, take the railing off and just enclose it when you get to the corner of the house. But I
Right.
don't want to assume that.
It seems like we need a lot more information.
Yeah.
So perhaps a motion to table.
Madam President, I move that we table this application until we get further information regarding the porch and the roof.
About the whole project. Okay, we have a motion to table and a second. Would you call the roll, please, Sydney?
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. McShane,
Yes.
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. Frazier,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Ms. Steineke,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you.
And Sydney, when whoever talks to them, maybe we can have a more detailed drawing of how the whole front of the house is gonna look with this porch and the meters. Yeah, and maybe they could come in.
So you want elevation from the front and the side, and you
Yes,
want answer to if the meters will be removed.
yeah.
Right, and what's
Or relocate.
going around the bottom?
Meters.
The lattice, yeah.
And last,
You know, the
I would
lattice,
remove the
is it
meters.
going to be something to match the rest of the house?
okay.
Okay, item number 6, HDC 2025-0031 for 25 Post Office Avenue, submitted by Margaret Samuels. The applicant is seeking approval to build a garage. Would staff like to present?
Yes, my name is Justin Thornton. I will be presenting this one. The applicant is seeking HDC approval for building a 2-car garage. The garage will be framed in wood. The foundation of the garage shall be a concrete slab. The driveway that currently exists will be extended and will be some sort of combination of asphalt and concrete. There will also be a wooden fence that will be 6 feet tall that will enclose the backyard with a gate for the new extended driveway. And I believe the applicants are here and are available for questions.
No,
Come to the front.
that would be great. Thank you. We appreciate your coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you.
So I have a question. Did you consider permeable pavement?
Not in this application. If we do further things, then we'll do that. This is currently asphalt. I was kind of trying to continue it. There was a question mark of if concrete would be longer term would last. But for other things, maybe permeable.
So the driveway will be
Asphalt.
asphalt?
Yeah, it's an extension of the current asphalt driveway that's you can see there.
Are there any questions? Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I don't think so. This is a long time figuring out how to get all this done, how to orient it.
Yes.
Because we wanted to go around that tree right there.
Yes, the tree.
So, well, not that tree.
Well, I know.
Another
but-
tree.
Yeah.
I have a question for
Yes.
staff. What is the regulation on the height of the fence at the front of the house?
It is 6 feet.
Front of the house.
It can be
Front
6
is
feet
4
up to the front of the house.
Up to the
Oh,
front of the
yeah.
house?
Well, my understanding is, so it's 25 feet back, because my understanding that's the zoning where you can have 6 feet. Right in the front, you have to have the
Yeah.
the property line,
Three
it has to be 3.
To be clear from the front property line, 25 feet, you can be 4.5. And from 25 on back, you can be 6.
So even if the house is more than 25 feet back.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so this is set back.
Yeah.
So we already have 3/4 of this is already fenced in, and we're just missing the front.
Mhm.
One of the other problems people keep thinking the side is a park and walking their dogs and leaving us presents. So comes up when you go in all that long.
Yes.
There's a lot of lawn.
This is the property with the large walnut tree.
That's the one. Yeah,
The tree.
gotcha. It's beautiful. I love it.
Any questions?
Oh, I would like to move that we approve HDC 2025-0031 for 25 Post Office Avenue.
I'd like to second, please. Okay, Sydney, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Frazier,
Yes?
Ms. Steineke,
Yes.
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. McSini,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much for coming in. Good luck with your project.
Madam Chair, before we go to staff approvals, just want to,
Have one more.
We have one more.
oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm from,
Okay,
apologize for that, Madam Chair.
that's okay. Item number 7, HDC 2025-0014 for 403 Prince George Street, submitted by Luis, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, Sabaka? Oh, excellent. Thank you. Seeking to lower the curb cut and pave the entire driveway and, to build a wood carport. Justin,
Yes.
take it away.
My name's Justin. I will be presenting this application. The applicant is seeking approval for lowering the apron at the entrance of the driveway. There will also be paving of the driveway as well, but keeping some of the strips as well. And this will lead to building a wooden carport that will be 11 feet by 11.6 inches feet and 11 feet and 6 inches by 19 feet. The total building coverage will be 17.9, followed by the total green space coverage will be 65.5. And the applicants are here, and that concludes my report.
I have a question about the total green space. I looked at the plat and it did not seem to be.
Right. Yeah. So we did some maneuvering. I worked with the applicants, and we tried to. At first, it was over, but we tried to maneuver it. So that's why we semi did the paving, so we can keep some of the green space. So it does meet the quota.
So it's going to have a combination of solid paving and strips.
Yes.
The strips will get it the green space it needs.
Now the existing shed is coming down.
So it will just be it'll be moved to the back of the back of the property.
The back of the property.
So it's still, if I'm getting it correctly, it's a existing carport, but it'll be built up again, but to the back of the property.
The carport's already built,
All right,
right?
hang on.
Yeah.
Nancy, could you come up so we can ask you some questions? Because we did not get, this was not on the agenda that I had. Well, it's from last month.
403.
Yes, this
Yeah.
application was, where I didn't know we were going to be addressing it tonight.
Yes, it was on the updated agenda that I sent
Yeah.
out.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Madam Chair, didn't we approve the carport several months ago?
Yes, but there's a change. So Nancy, would you please like to explain what's going on?
So like you said, we had approved for the carport and we started building it, and for some reason there was some misunderstanding that I needed a second permit, which I didn't know I needed a second one. So we stopped all the construction, but when we were doing that, we added the driveway.
Okay,
So, we stopped the construction for the carport, so we can add the driveway to the same permit.
okay.
So it was a bunch of permits going on back and forth.
So we're reapproving the carport with the driveway.
Okay, so the carport is going to be moved to the back of the lot?
Yeah.
Okay, so how close to the back of your property line?
So
We have a plat?
So we made sure the setback will be between 3 feet. Will be more than 3 feet of the property line from the rear.
Okay,
So,
fantastic,
yeah.
because my mother lives back there.
Yeah.
And getting work done on her fence is challenging. So I just want to make sure
We'll have
we'd
enough
be able
space.
Yeah, there'll be enough space.
to maintain the fence properly.
Yes.
Okay, so the carport is moving back. You want to lower the apron because it is steep. Yes.
Not the waves.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have the strips?
But first, we're gonna do the pavement, and then in the back, we're gonna do the strip.
Okay, so it's gonna be a
Yeah.
solid driveway to the fence?
Yes.
Or,
650, yeah,
It'll be
50
solid,
feet.
then the strips.
Uh-huh,
okay,
Yeah.
we have only enough, for 52. feet.
52 feet up
And
here.
then, yeah,
okay,
and then do the rest. The strips.
okay. Thank you.
Are you planning on painting the carport?
Yes, I had a permit saying it's supposed to be white in one of the permits.
Okay,
I don't know.
our memory's not that good.
Are the people that did, the fence, are they working on the carport at all?
It's the different people.
Okay. Because I love those people. Your husband referred them to me, yeah.
Yes. Yes, there'll be different people.
Any other questions? Comments? Motions?
Twenty 2025-0014 for 43 French Shore.
I'll second.
Sydney, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. McSaney,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Frazier,
Yes.
Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And thank you so much for coming in and explaining all of
Nice to
that.
meet you. Thank you.
That was very, very helpful. Okay,
Thank you.
before we get to staff approvals,
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you for the opportunity to speak before you. This is Director Monte Burrows. One of the staff reports at the last second was moved to a regular application, which is 422 Prince George's Street. After further investigation, made the decision to make it a regular application because of staff approval was in kind, but the framing and how the pictures of the porch in previous years was different. So the applicant is here and was notified of the decision. So the applicant is here to, yes, he's in the,
Okay.
to go over his application.
welcome.
So,
Thank you.
and that's for 422 Prince
Could you
George.
come on down? Please? This is not our normal meeting room, just so you know. We don't like to have our back.
I thought it was very rude when we walked in the door. I did say something.
Okay. Do you have a picture of what this is going to look like when it's finished?
It's gonna be pretty much the same. We're just replacing the wood, as you can
Okay.
see. The
So you're not just replacing the wood, you know, do you have the picture from the real estate?
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. That's the original one when we bought the house.
Okay, so you can't see the back from the street, so that's not the side.
You
part
cannot
that
see the back from the street.
Right, so that's not the part that I was concerned
Correct.
about. I was looking at the side view.
Correct.
Yeah, this,
Okay, so,
And that is from the alley.
And that's from the,
Okay,
it's not
well-
from the front.
That's not from the front.
Oh. So you can see your porch from the middle of the next block of Prince George Street.
You can see what?
You can see the side of your porch. If you're standing in the next block of Prince George Street, you have a clear view of the side of your porch.
From Fifth Street, basically.
From Fifth Street, but like From,
You can see it from Prince George at the entrance to the alley.
yeah, like from Brashear Street, you can
That's the street.
see that.
Okay,
So it's visible. So that, for lack of a better term,
so what you see there, tell me what you see.
so I see 4 window shapes. I know they're
You see
not,
nothing, that you see 4 holes,
okay, so I'm saying window shapes.
okay?
So essentially window shapes. And your new version has panels of wall.
Right.
So it's not exactly the same. So we want to know what's going to cover. You have 4 window shapes, but then you have 2 bits of wall on either end.
Training is going in all of that.
Okay. So, that's what we needed to know, because it's not exactly the same. You didn't give us the picture of the beginning.
Well, let me tell you something. We stopped the project just at the beginning. So what you can see there, just the wood in the middle, it's just because that's pretty much the same height that used to be where the walls were. Just to put the insulation, because it was some insulation between the walls, but it was too damaged, okay?
Okay.
What you see on the top, the 4 holes.
Okay, that's not so much my concern. It was what looked like,
Okay.
that it wasn't just 4 rectangular window type spaces. What was going to go in those long vertical spaces. So it's going to be screening.
Yeah, so far it is. And if we want to do something else later, we need to ask for permission that we be.
Okay, well, no, it's just different. So we needed an explanation is why we asked you to come in.
And let me tell you something. Our biggest concern at the beginning was what is seen from the front. Nobody told us that it's going to be seen from one alley to one corner to one street.
Okay, so
everybody told us as long as you see from the front, everything is okay. So that's why everybody told us. I'm sorry.
And one of the people sitting on your board
even people from the street.
Okay, so from the street.
Yeah. So now that you say the street is like an angle.
Not the front of your house. Yes, from the street.
And that's one of the pictures. If you can see the pictures that I took, just right in the landing between my property and the neighbor. So just the angle you can see, just to make sure what you are able to see from the front.
Right. Well, like I said, you can see the whole side of your porch from up.
And I know you guys were asking about the door on the back.
You can't see that from
I understand that. It was just a question. I was just curious.
Right. And then we're just trying to center it. And as you can see, the steps and all that, the floor is totally damaged and it's really unsafe.
I am what you said. Not surprised.
Because they built it, I don't know how long it was there, and they never worked on it or they never complete the project. So in the picture from Redfin, it looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
It's beautiful.
Well, it looks better than what it is, honestly, with the floor and everything, because it had a big carpet.
Okay.
So we're not able to see what it was.
Interior picture.
Correct. So I mean, when we got it, we said we need to replace this because if we want to go to the backyard, there is no way we can keep working on this. And the whole idea of this was before winter time. We got the rain and the bomb, So that's pretty much what we were trying to replace on the summer as soon as we got the property.
So everything is going to be screened.
The width, from the bottom to where you see the woods.
The horizontal pieces.
Those are gonna be like the walls that used to be.
Okay.
So that was wood paneling before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We're just keeping the same structure. I mean, from there to top is gonna be a window. Oh, it's gonna be the whole for the screen.
It's going to be screened, not a glass window.
Okay.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Not at this time.
Not yet.
Okay.
That's the next project.
All right.
But not next year. No, now.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And we are keeping the same size. As you can see, we didn't touch the roof because
we got that part. That was clear.
Mr. Christian, if I'm clear, do you have or the other applicant any pictures that will show what the future will be? Let me clear this up. One of the reasons, if you look at this frame and the work right now, it's not the same as what before. That was only one of the major reasons why we said, let's bring you in.
Right.
Now, for the answer, Madam Chair and other board, do you have any renders or drawings that you can give us so we can see or depict or how it's going to look?
Honestly, we don't. Unfortunately, I didn't know how to bring something like as a proof as a final project. But the reason why you see those
extra pieces of wood just in case we want to add later windows or something. We just want to make sure the structure is safe enough.
Yeah, I understand, but do you understand what in kind mean? It mean exactly, if I take out the wood panel, if I take out the windows, you gonna place it right exactly what was there before.
Yeah.
If you look at that, it doesn't look like that. That's why we're here. So
Really?
I'm just,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Now, I know you may have been in the business longer than us, but I'm just talking as a framing and a structure. If you look at that and what you saw before, it was windows across. There wasn't no inter panels in between. It was just windows across.
Straight.
Right.
Oh, you mean from this?
Yeah.
The larger placed window.
Oh, I see that.
Sorry, Madam Chair, you can go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
So sir, when you say that this porch, when it's finished, it will not have any glass. It'll just
Not
be
yet.
screen.
No, yeah.
Well,
No, for now.
What, are you gonna tear the screen out and put the glass in?
Well, I have a little frustration so far. I don't know how long it's gonna take to get an approval just to complete windows and all the rest of the project. So if it's gonna take that long, I gotta wait until next year because winter is just close,
Okay.
you know? So what we were just trying to do is just to use the space since we got the house and most likely for the plants, just to move some plants on the backyard and blah, blah, blah. And it used to be like he had it like for a gym or something, I don't know, because he had some equipment there when we saw the house the first time.
Oh.
So to be honest, hopefully we can turn this in a 4-season room later on because it's a pretty good size that we just can add it to the property and it can be more valuable. Okay. So that's why we were expecting to start the project, just doing the replacement, which is the most important thing now because it was really bad and mostly the floor that we haven't even touched it yet. And from there, next year or something, I don't know if we can present like a drawings or something, blueprints or something about, and just add it like with the colors and everything that the house is and items or whatever it is.
Okay, so you're going to put siding on the bottom part?
Later on, not for now.
Not for now.
No. For now, it's just a
Oh.
wood. It's just as it was.
So
And you can see the materials. I mean, I have some pictures here. So
You're going to reuse?
no. The ones that we bought is just to replace whatever it was. I mean, we're just adding the same things that we have. Okay, so we're not adding anything
Down at the
extra.
bottom, it's gonna be the same wood that was
The
there.
same wood that
Okay,
was
so
built before.
it's like a,
And you can see in the picture in the center. That's the materials you see in the center.
And I think he's saying that he's trying to resolve it.
yeah, that's
Right.
what I mean.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Panels. Yeah. Regular panels.
okay.
I mean,
That's gonna go
what will be in between the two posts where the windows are not going to be?
More screen
Okay. More screen?
Well,
for now.
yeah, for now more screen, but honestly, we are missing more an extra piece of wood because it gotta be 2 on each side just because the roof is heavy. So actually, now since we stopped the project, we have found that the one here on the top, because we couldn't complete it, I mean, it's already moving a little bit because it needs to have the second, but I mean,
More
we couldn't.
reinforcement.
Yes.
Okay,
Because I mean, literally, I'm not a constructor. Okay, I'm learning with all this mess. So honestly, whatever you see there needs to have a double piece of wood to just keep it very, very high level the structure. I mean, so it can be 100% safe, and not like it was before.
okay, so paneling along the bottom, screening all around the top. Okay. Any other questions?
I'm good with it.
Okay. Would you like to make a motion?
Yes, I move that we approve HDC 2025-0022 with 422 Prince George Street.
So I have a question.
Oh, sorry.
No, I have a question after this. No,
No,
okay.
you gotta help me until it's approved.
Okay. I'm ready.
Sorry, I'm
Okay.
finished.
Could I have a second?
I'd like to second the motion, please.
Thank you. Sydney, we have a motion to approve in a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. Steineke,
Yes.
Ms. McSini,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Frazier,
Yes,
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you.
Now you can.
Okay,
just
what
have a-
is your question?
Just a quick question. Okay, based on the process that we have to go through and seeing the other projects that have been presented tonight, so whatever we want to do or whatever we want to add later on has to be like in blueprints. I mean,
We
the
need
whole.
a blueprint. We need, so if you're gonna put in windows,
Mhm.
your
So we need approval for
contractor,
this side of the house only for the windows? Is that what you're telling me? Because you can see it from the street?
okay,
But you
honestly,
can't see the other side.
okay, I live in the next block, so that's
You
how
live
I'm,
next door to her then.
I don't, I live across the street.
Okay.
So I live in the next block,
Okay.
so I, you know, I
You know.
I don't know, I haven't gone and looked
You
to
live in the next
see.
block where? When coming down the street, the
Yes.
road that goes
I
like
live
this?
right across, I live at
corner house?
510 Prince George Street.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Perfect.
Okay. On the other side. Okay.
Right where the one way is and no way.
Yes,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
the weird intersection.
Yeah.
So I have not studied to see what you can see from other angles, so I cannot answer that question. I suggest you.
So what you see right now and what you know right now, then the only thing I need permission for to put windows in is this side right here.
Well,
From what you're saying.
No.
Street view is street view. Come on, people, one way or the other.
But it looks, I can't say that I have looked at it coming from the other direction, so I don't know.
Okay.
I am just explaining to you where I live, I knew that I could see this.
Okay.
plus there's also a 10% tax credit for work that is
I'm
pre-approved.
not worried about tax credit.
Okay, well,
I pay enough taxes, but I'm not worried about tax credit.
How by the way?
No, the tax credit comes back to you
I
after
don't,
approval.
I don't care about
Okay.
that. But
Okay.
Okay, so anything that can be seen from the street, we need a drawing. Window companies will give you a brochure. We need to know what the windows are going to look like. Colors, materials.
Hey Sydney, can you go back to the picture before this one?
This is the right side.
Right,
And
we
this
want to
is
see the left side. I
That's
believe we can
So
see that
that's
from the street.
So.
Yeah, actually,
both
that's, I took the pictures intentionally.
Correct.
That's what you should see from the street. That's why I
Yeah.
took the picture, that you
Yes, sir.
see the angles.
so
Sure.
both sides.
Yeah.
My recommendation would be to work with staff, tell them what your vision is that you want to do, and they'll help you with what you need to submit. So I want to do a screened-in porch with glass windows.
Okay.
what staff?
With-
You guys?
with you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been by my house 8 times.
No,
It's
three
not
times,
work.
3 times.
On a Sunday.
So that is not this staff. That is code enforcement. That's a different department.
Yes.
See, that's when I say who is who. I mean,
So
when I
work with
sign says-
economic and community development.
So whatever we want to
Our
submit, you
sign
can
that
just
says
go and
stop
just
work.
give us some
Who put
advice.
that there?
That's from code enforcement.
For future reference, any work that you do exterior,
Mhm.
as Councilman Cole said, I would recommend call our department and we can steer you on if it's in kind or something that has to come before the
Okay.
HD. committee.
And what you need,
Yeah.
and if you need a permit, they'll send you to the permit department.
Okay. There's a lot of things you might need, even after HDC approval, you might still need a building permit for.
That was my biggest question, yes.
So
Exactly.
you come to
So
us
who is-
first.
That's why I'm asking, the $25 fee went to who? Them or you?
No, that's the
That's
process.
for this.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then-
application $25, but any structural, my recommendation, any structural work done, I will go, see the fire marshal permanent service, because they may ask for renders or drawings, especially when you said the weight shifts. So they can prove it, because you may need an engineering drawing, so I don't know. So I would recommend any work future, come to us, any, especially doing structural, again, go to them, because again, they may need seal drawings because you're dealing with weight and structure.
Okay.
And, you know, fences, that's a permit, you know.
No, that was already fenced.
Right, I'm just throwing that out there,
When
you
you
know.
wanted to change that. fence
No,
in the
no,
future.
I don't want to even, I just
Bring
paid
that
it.
painted white.
Just
Nobody
paid
complained about that.
Just to give you a quick example, for example, recently we did our kitchen and it involved removing a structural wall.
Okay.
So for that, we had to get architectural plans.
Okay.
from the city property.
So, okay, that's interesting.
So we're just the outside.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
You know,
I mean,
you
I was
don't
just,
want the porch to fall down on your head, but that's a different department.
I got you, but I mean, honestly, since the beginning, we were just told like, whatever you see from the front, I mean, so that's why we were so light on that, and after we found all this, I mean, we were frustrated,
I'm
because, I
getting the
mean,
headache
people say
because
something different to
I
us.
bought the house, or we bought the house, the structure was there. Then I find out as we were doing it, the structure was not even approved by you all to begin with.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, let me say this, I do apologize for that, but moving forward, we know what needs to be done, so let's just stay at that point, so any future work, exterior or any structure, talk to us, we can steer you in the right departments to do. Again, apologize, but now we moving forward, a new day, we good.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And then hopefully it'll be like all the other applications where there's very few questions.
Well, yeah, I guess this is the most important, just trying to understand what we were trying to do. So from there, it's much easier, whatever we bring on the table next time in the project, because it's gonna be through the.
So if I remove a tree, I gotta ask permission
Yes,
after I've done planted 15 more trees.
yes. We won't ask you to plant another tree.
But one of that big tree, no, the one behind is dead.
If you bring us a report from an arborist that says it's dead, you're
Okay,
good to go.
okay,
And they can approve that one. It doesn't have to come to us.
okay, yeah, because the second one is, part of the tree is,
Suggestion to the society.
Yeah, I mean, as they stated,
Laurel,
you need
when
So-
people come to the
An
neighborhood,
arborist
welcome
or
them
a
and
certified
tell us
person.
things, because I mean,
Okay.
you gotta do
We
things on
prefer
your own,
pruning.
find out, then you get.
yeah, we haven't done it, I mean, but the
Okay.
tree's pretty tall, you know.
So-
We can try it.
But I'm just coming up. That's all.
Okay.
I really.
I can come by
I mean,
again.
it
No,
just really
just
hurts
my
my
friend
feelings
already.
that, you know.
We've been here so many times, I mean, I'm part of
Approve
the
house.
office every Friday.
We were told, and I won't point nobody out in the committee, but they said as long as it was in the back of my house, the committee, okay? Somebody from the committee, from the back of my house, don't worry about it. Everything from the back of your house, nobody can do it.
Okay, well, it wasn't me, so I apologize. You know, you're in the historic district,
And I was trying to.
and so you can call the city and say, what does that mean? Because real estate agents are supposed to tell you and explain, and they don't.
And they don't.
But that means for this 7 people, next year, the other 7 people, it's something different. Am I right?
No, it's take a couple of years, I hope so.
No?
No.
Are you yearly or are you switch every
No.
season?
So
We have codes
Yeah.
that have been for years,
Okay,
that we need to go by.
okay.
the commissioners serve staggered terms,
Yes.
It just take a couple of
But the
years.
codes stay the same.
but the code
Code
states.
stays
Okay.
the same.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
So we appreciate your improvements. And you've already planted 15 trees?
Mhm. 3 more left.
Okay.
But nobody saw that. But
It's just new, it's just new.
Okay,
It's just-
I don't drive by there very often, so I
And it's not much out.
haven't looked.
Okay. Well,
But I'm very pro tree, so. Thank you very much.
okay,
thank you.
And I know that it's frustrating, but.
Oh, it's very frustrating. I mean,
We thank you that you are willing to work with us, so you can add to the beauty of our historic district. Because your work is going to preserve this district and make it as beautiful, even more beautiful than it's right now it is.
yeah. Okay. Thank you, and I
Thank you.
appreciate it. You will hear from us
Thank
soon
you.
about what is next, but for
Okay.
now, we need to complete this. Have a
Yes,
good
good
evening.
luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Yeah, Madam Chair, we
Yeah.
still got the
Yeah.
other staff.
Yes,
improvement.
yes, thank, are there any questions about any of the other staff approvals? That you all should have seen already?
No questions on those, but I do have another question after we are done with these.
Okay, go right ahead.
Is there, as we've mentioned, it's not the first time since I've been on HDC that it's come up about a potential welcome Is there some guidelines that we could drop off whenever we're notified that somebody moves in?
Yes,
There
so
is a
we,
welcome packet.
we, just decided, we're still talking in-house about it, but we're making postcards to
Okay.
send to all the homes in the
I'd be
historic
happy to
district.
deliver them too. I mean,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so we're in the process of doing that currently.
Oh, great.
We have a lot of, staff and I have a lot of ideas, especially the HDC. We have heard the, concern.
Yeah, there was an emergency approval in September.
Yeah.
Just a lot of new people coming in, which is great, but we want to welcome them and not
Yeah.
make it hard.
Right, but do we still have the packet?
Yeah,
And
we
there's
still have
several
a
years-
packet, but what we want to do, because the nuance, new things, people, you know, we will do the package, but we do the postcard, which will identify everything.
Right. No, I understand. I'm just thinking if somebody says, hey, Margie, there are new people at,
Yeah, we
512
still
Prince
have
George
stuff,
Street.
if you wanted to come and deliver, we still have those,
Okay.
but
good.
you know, with the
I mean,
large number of people.
Right, I mean, just to the
So we
new
could do a
people
map.
that when we see them.
And we
arrive.
welcome the commission to help out, to deliver and mail, to better, help out on all ends, because we know people coming in, even people need a refresher. So we're gonna try to cover every aspect, but we are working, especially
you.
team, very hard
Okay.
to catch up.
So here's a question. So we now have a fee to apply, which I don't think looks good when we don't charge anybody a fine for anything. So I feel like I am being penalized if I pay the $25 to paint my shutters. Whereas, let's say the house next to Ms. Snyder, not the current residents, but previous residents have done plenty of things where they didn't apply and
So
they just,
They didn't get the tax credit, but they also
they
didn't.
didn't get the credit. Didn't get
There
a tax
wasn't a
credit.
fee then.
They did, you know, there was no fee, there was no fine, they just, you know, did whatever they wanted. So I feel like I am being penalized.
Madam Chair, I hope, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So if, for example, so let's say we went to the house on the corner and they painted their shutters and we went to them and said, hey, you're in the historic district, you need to apply, you know, this is your warning, and they fill out the form and they come and we say, great, next time, you know, you need to apply. And then they go and put a new roof on. I feel like they've been warned, you know, it's the same owners, so could they not be fined for doing work without approval?
Let me answer it like this, Madam Chair. First one, when it comes to the fee, our last director.
So I'm not, so let's just go with my last example.
Okay.
With the, you know, the fee, because it's.
Well, we talked to a lawyer,
Mhm.
and verbal warnings are doesn't have much weight. We have to go through a process where we have to write up a letter and give them the letter and give them opportunity to make up for any mistakes that they.
Okay, so they painted their shutters, they now know they're in the historic district. So they've gotten a warrant, we write them a letter that says, hey, you're in the historic district, you need to get approval. For anything you do outside your house, you need to come and get approval for your shutters. They come and do that. So they've gotten a letter from us telling them they're in the historic district. The following year, they start putting on a new roof. So they've gotten one letter from us already that says you're in the historic district. Does that not count as a written warning?
So I can be clear, you want to find them, so I can be clear and understanding, because they've been notified that they are in a historic.
Right, they
That
know.
should be their warning.
Yes, they know
for
darn
that.
good and well they live in the historic district.
I put it to you like this, Madam Chair, I will do research
Thank
to
you.
verify, because, you know, I won't speak out of turn,
Right.
and but let me do research
Thank you.
and see how much weight is just being in the historic district enough to start the fine process. Even if they do work knowing that they in the HDC and do work without getting permission from us first. Being in HDC is enough acknowledgement that the fine process starts there.
Okay, that would be great if you could clarify that for
But
us.
we also explore and find out what happens at other historic districts around the area in regards to that.
We do case studies. One thing any decision that's made is not haphazard. We have done or talked to other jurisdictions or seen what others do, and we try to incorporate that. So anything we do, we do an extensive research before we lay out anything. So we just don't make a decision just because. We sometimes see if we can use someone else's HDC, how they incorporate, and may bring it onto ours. But remember, every HDC is unique. Even though we may have the same protocol, but it's unique. So we have to tailor things to our city and have to be careful before we just start grabbing others and what they do. So let us, it's long hours of talking before we do anything. Thank you, Madam.
Okay, thank you. Motion to.
I'd like to.
Sorry. Yes.
I'd like to point out to staff and the commission that when this gentleman, Mr. Franklin, moved to the neighborhood, that I came up to City Hall because I knew something was going to happen. Brooke gave me the packet of the information that told him everything he needed to do, and he was given that a week or two after he moved in. No one told him anything about being seen from the street. He was just handed the packet. Now, a neighbor might have told him that, but he had all the information he needed for his project. So that's all I had to say about that. Is there any update on the Brashear Street house?
Let me go back. I don't believe so.
Okay.
I know we've had many proposals and things, but I don't think anything has been done at the moment, but I can
because
be
work has
sure.
stopped.
Yeah, I can, and I have staff between us, we will go see tomorrow. I'll find Marcia and see where we are on that.
Yeah, because a lot of material was taken out of the house and, but then everything just, ended, but it's been over a month, I think, since any work was done.
Yeah, let me do, behind the scenes.
Sure.
Thank you.
Any other concerns? Questions? Okay, it was very nice seeing all of you in person. I really enjoy that. We have a much better meeting. I've got to say that I think this is a very unfortunate setup with our backs to the applicants.
We will take note of that. We do apologize for the last minute, but we thank you for coming out.
The chamber's not quite ready yet. It's being,
Is it under
the chamber
construction?
the
Or
AV
renovation?
system is not finished.
Okay.
So there's all new audio and cameras in the chamber.
Okay.
So in the future, the chamber will be able to handle hybrid setup. So we can be in the chamber and the applicants can still be hybrid, and
Okay.
they'll be able to call in
Okay.
without having to be in person.
Ah,
Same thing if some of the
Why
commissioners
would
are
we want
interested.
that?
we are not adjourned yet.
That's just the status of it. It's preparing for maybe potential future.
No, why would we want the applicant to be hybrid?
If they had an architect or something that might not be able to be.
Oh, I
they want
see.
an architect.
Yeah,
Or we had a commission member that was quarantining because they have whatever the next disease might be.
mhm.
We could still be in person. So our government won't stop functioning. We'll be able to.
Sure.
Okay, but I have a motion to adjourn.
I move.
All right, see you all in November.
The other part in there,
Wow,
but still a trained council, how to use it. There's all the mics.
I don't think that will happen.
Training it.
Yeah.
Great job.
I've asked for it prior to the next.
Pressing the button to go down. Thanks.